Welcome back to Old Man Wisdom. We're again looking at the EURUSD. In front of you here is the EURUSD on the 1 hour, and we're focusing on price action here for the moment. And then we'll have a quick look at the MT4 Indicator chart also on the EURUSD. So first of all then, here we are. These are the lines that I left on from last week, and you'll see this little blue rectangle here represents where the markets opened on Sunday evening here in the UK, and all these candlesticks are the price action movements from this last week. So what we were saying, if I just zoom back a little bit, is that we was in this channel and we wanted price to move right the way back up before we took a sell. So price did move up, but not as high as we kind of expected, and then it came down. If we just extend this channel a little bit more, you'll see that in general price has kind of stayed within this channel all week long until a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago it tried to get back out of the channel again, fell briefly back into the channel, and now it's moving out. I would say at this point it's very much consolidating. Price hasn't really moved up or down very much this whole week, although the amount of pips between this top and this bottom here is over 130 pips. So obviously there was trades to be made, but looking back in hindsight here, price hasn't really moved. If we just flip to a higher time frame, you'll see this same consolidation here on the 4 hour. But back to the 1 hour chart, what would I personally like to see the EURUSD do next week? Well, you might recall from last week I had this line plotted here. It's the 0.98800 mark. I'm just going to quickly jump back to a higher time frame, and quite simply the reason why I plotted this red line here is because you'll notice that this is the monthly chart, and just right here there was about 5 months of candles, and this is basically the average line, like right in the middle. So going back to the 1 hour, this line down here is quite significant to me personally, and I still think price could quite easily work its way down. So what I would like to see is, here we have a high. I would like to see another high form, and possibly even a third, whereby price just can't get above this channel here. Now you might find as the week goes on next week that we might get the odd spike over this high. Now there'll be a reason why that happens. So if we get a rejection and it comes down and it comes back up again and spikes above this area, it's simply because it's looking for liquidity. There's liquidity above the here. So we've got one rejection here. I'd like to see a second. We might not get a third, but even on the second, if we see a nice spike through up into this area here, let's just highlight the whole area here. So if we get a nice spike up into this area, it will be showing me that it's collecting the liquidity before price drops away. So we want price to go up, ideally into this area here, at least once. We might even get a second before it drops away. And we could expect price to go down to on or around this level here. So really what I want price to do is to give me a double or even a triple top. So confirmation basically before we sell the market, and potentially drop all the way down to the 0.98800 level. That's what I would like to see price action do on the EURUSD for next week. We might get a number of tall wicks, and they might not even go into this liquidity area, but we need to see a rejection of this area in order to confirm that it's a double top or a triple top. We need to have some kind of rejection in order to know that there's liquidity up here. So it's a bit of a waiting game for next week on the EURUSD when it comes to price action trading, but we don't want to just enter trades blindly. We want to have a reason why we would enter. So we're looking for a sell, we're looking for structure to be made here at the top of this level. We want at least a double top, maybe a triple top. Ideally, we want it to spike into this liquidity area, and then we're looking to sell. So as for our non-repainting MT4 indicator, what happened last week? Well, you'll see here there's a little blue rectangle again. This represents the week that's coming to a close very shortly in the next few hours. We haven't got any signals from this week, simply because the MACD didn't get up high enough into the zero line. It is getting there now. It's slowly edging its way. These are the lines that I left on from last week. We wanted price to go up quite a bit further than it actually did, and we was looking for a sell quite simply because price is below this multi-time frame moving average. So as for next week, we're going to be looking for the same again. We want price to move up a little bit further, because as price goes up, so will this MACD. So we want this MACD to head up towards the 0 line, and then of course we want it to drop again below the 0 line, below this 3 pip line here that I've plotted on the MACD indicator, and that will trigger a sell signal on the indicator. So for next week, we want price to keep moving up a little bit higher, and then of course we want the MACD to follow it up into the 0 line and then drop away and give us a nice sell signal. When it comes to this indicator, I use a 2-to-1 risk reward strategy. I have a stop loss of no more than 50 pips. So a maximum stop loss would be 50 pips and a maximum take profit would be 100. That's a considerable trade, but obviously sometimes our trades like this one up here, although it was a beautiful trade, we only collected 80 pips here because the stop loss was obviously 40. So it depends how big the stop loss is as to our take profit, but we work on a 2-to-1 risk reward strategy here. So there you have it. We're looking for a double or triple top here on the price action, and then over here we want price to move a little bit higher before looking for a sell opportunity on the MACD based non-repainting MT4 indicator. So basically a sell opportunity on both price action and the indicator strategy. If you've got any thoughts on this video, please remember to comment below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, why not do that right now? In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. It's going to be a hot one here in the UK, but wherever you are, take care, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.